gatta che aveva una macchia nera sul muso e una vecchia soffitta vicino al mare.
Since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his goodwill and thy good company, my trusty servant well approved in all. Here let us breathe and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Pisa, renowned for grave citizens, gave me my being, and my father first, a merchant of great traffic through the world, Vincenzio, come of Bentivogli, Vincenzio's son, brought up in Florence, it shall be to serve all hopes conceived, to deck his fortune with his virtuous deeds. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study virtue in the part of philosophy, will I apply the treats of happiness, but virtue specially to be achieved. Tell me thou mine, for I have Pisa left, and end to Padua come, as he that leaves a shallow pleasure to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Mi perdonato, gentle master mine. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no stoics nor no stocks, I pray, or so devote to Aristotle's checks as Ovid be an outcast, quite abjured. Practice rhetoric in your common talk, huh? Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows where there's no pleasure taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Grandmaster Tranio, well dost thou advise. If Biondello thou wouldst come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as time and Padua shall beget. But stay a while. What company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us to town.
Gentlemen, import you me no further, for how I firmly am resolved, you know, that is not bestow my youngest daughter, before I have a husband for the elder. Well, if either of you both love Katharina, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, how thanks you, will you any wife?
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said, Bianca, get you in.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Oh, why will you mute her up, Signor Baptista, for that fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content thee. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry. Schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or a Signor Gremio, you know any such, well, prefer them hither, for two cunning men I will be very kind and liberal to mine own children, in good bringing up. And so, farewell.
Oh, love is not so great, Hortensio, but we may blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Our cakes dough on both sides farewell. Yet, for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, If I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio, but a word I pray, though the nature for quarrel yet never brooked parley, no now upon advice it touches us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labour and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marissa to find a husband for her sister.
A husband! A devil!
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Thinkst thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio, though it may pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarums, why, when there be good fellows in the world, if a man could lighten them, would take her with all faults and money enough.
I cannot tell, but I had as lief take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there is small choice in rotten apples, but come, since this fine law makes us friends, it shall so far forth friendly maintain, that by helping Baptista's eldest daughter find a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, and so have told afresh. Oh, sweet Bianca, happy man be his stall. He who runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Signor Gremio?
I am agreed, and would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing. It would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and fed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Ah, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness. Ah, Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio, if I chief not this young, modest girl. Counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, 'tis no time to chide you now. Affection is not rated from the heart. Master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you mark not what's the pith of all.
Ah, yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face.
Saw you no more?
I saw her curl lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay then, it's time to stir from this trance. Pray, sir, awake! If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd that till the father rid his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home. And therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Oh, Tranio, what a cruel father's he. But art thou not advised he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Aye, marry my sir, now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, for my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part and be here in Padua, Vincenzio's son? Ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen, and banquet them.
Buster, content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we lie distinguished by our faces from man and master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched, and shall be so. Tranio, at once uncase thee. Take my collar-tatter's cloak. When Biondello comes, he waits on thee. But I will charm him fast to keep his tongue.
So had you need. In brief, sir, sith it your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient, for so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he. Though I think 'twas in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio.
For so well, I love Lucentio.
Be so, Tranio, because Lucentio loves. And let me be a slave to achieve that maid, whose sudden sight hath thralls my wounded eye.
Here comes Shrew. Shrew, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, how now, where are you? Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes? Or you stolen his? Or both? Pray, what is the news?
Shrew, come here. 'Tis no time to jest. Your fellow Tranio here, to save my life, puts my peril and my countenance on, while I, for my escape, have put on his. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man! In fear I was descried. Wait ye on him, I charge you as becomes, while I make way from hence to save my life. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, never a whit.
And not a short of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
The better for him, would I were so too.
So may I, faith boy, have the next wish after, that Lucentio indeed let up this his youngest daughter, but Sirrah, not for my sake, but for your master's, I advise you use your manners discreetly in all kind of companies. When I'm alone, why then I'm Tranio, but in all places else, your master, Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. One thing more rests, for thyself execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou ask me why, suffice it, my reasons are both good and witty.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to visit my friends in Padua, but of all my best beloved and approved friend Hortensio. And I trow this is his house. Sir Agrumio, knock, I say.
Knock, sir! Who should I knock, sir? Is there a man has refused your worship, sir? Huh?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you, sir? Why, what am I to knock you, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your knave's pate.
Oh, my master has grown quarrelsome. If I knock him first, I know who afterwards comes by the worst.
Will it not be? And will you not knock out ring it? Crazy council, fine senate!
My master's grown mad. Help!
Now knock when I bid thee, Sir Villain.
Hello, what's the matter? My old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchio. How do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray? Con tutto il cuore, ben trovato, may I say.
Alla nostra casa benvenuto molto onorato mio, signor Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, sir, whatever he alleges in Latin, if this be not a case for me to come out of his service, I know not. Yes. He bid me knock him well and rap him soundly. Why, sir, what kind of servant am I to use his master so?
A senseless villain, Signor Hortensio. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate, and could not for my life get him to do it.
Heavens! Why spake you not these words plainly before? Knock me well, rap me soundly, and now he comes out with knocking at the gate.
Be gone, or speak not, Sir Villain!
Now tell me, sweet friend, what happy gale bless you to Padua here from Verona?
Such winds as scatter young men throughout the world, to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased. And I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee, and wish thee to a shrewd ill-favoured wife? Thou'dst thank me but too little for my counsel, and yet I promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much, my friend. I shall not wish thee to.
Signor Hortensio, if thou knowest one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, be she as old as Sybil or as cursed and shrewd, she moves me not, or not at least removes affection's edge in me.
Nay, sir, he tells you his mind plainly. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet or an aglet baby, or an old trot with ne'er a tooth in her head, and with as many diseases as 52 horses. Nothing comes amiss so long money comes with all.
I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, and brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is fault enough, is that she's intolerable cursed, and shrewd and froward, so beyond all measure, that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowst not gold's effect. Just tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough. For I will board her, though she chides as loud as thunder when clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Signor Hortensio, until I see her. Let me be thus bold to give myself over at this first encounter. Unless you will accompany me thither.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. His youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me, and other more. None shall have access into Bianca until Katharina the cursed have got her husband. Now, shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as his schoolmaster, while singing music to instruct Bianca, that so I may, by this device at least, have leave and leisure to make love to her?
Master, who comes here? Beware!
Peace, Rubio, 'tis the arrival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
Oh, very well. I have perused it out. Hark you, sir, I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love. See that it's any hand. And see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me? Over and besides in your Baptista's liberality, I'll amend it with the largest. Take your paper too, and let me have them very well perfumed, for she's sweeter than the perfume itself to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
What I read to her, I'll plead for you. As for my patron standing so assured, as firmly as yourself were still in place. Yeah, and perhaps with more successful words than you. Unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is!
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass he is.
Rubio, mum. God save you, Signor Gremio.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Trow you whither I am going. To Baptista Minola. I promise to inquire carefully about the schoolmaster for their fair Bianca. And by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man in learning and behavior, fit for a turd, well read in poetry and other books. Good ones, I warrant ye.
It is well, and I have met a gentleman has promised me to help me to another, a fine musician, to instruct a mistress. So shall I know which be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me?
So beloved of me, that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bags shall prove.
Frenio, 'tis now no time to vent a love. Listen to me. Here's the gentleman whom by chance I met will undertake to woo Katharina, and to marry her, if dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she is a brawling, irksome scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No say'st me so, friend. What countryman?
Of Verona, sir. Old Antonio's son. My father dead. My fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, a God's name, you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wild cat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, for I'll hang her here.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears?
Hark, Petruchio, hark, Hortensio. This gentleman is happily arrived, my mind presumes, for his own good and ours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charging of wooing whatsoever.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I wish I was sure of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He that has the two fair daughters. Is he, you mean?
Even he, Biondello.
Hark you, sir, you mean her too?
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do?
Not her that chides at any hand, I pray.
I love no chiders. Biondello, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you suited to the maid you talk of, yeah or no?
And if it be so, sir, is it any offence?
No, if without more words you will get you hence.
Why, sir, pray aren't the streets as free for me as they are for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice love of Signor Gremio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters. If you be gentlemen, do me this right, hear her with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not at all unknown. And to where his daughter, fairer than she is, she may more suitors have at me for one.
What? This gentleman will out-talk us all!
Ah, sir, give him in. I know him, Rubige.
Signor Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold as ask you, did you yet ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but here I do, here have two. The one is famous for a scalding tongue, as the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, understand you this of me in sooth. The younger daughter whom you hearken for, her father keeps from all access to suitors, and will not promise her to any man until the elder first be wed. The younger then is free, and not before.
If it be so, sir, that you are the man, must set us all and me amongst the rest.
Sir, since you profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholden.
Sir, I shall not be slack. In sign whereof, please ye, we may contrive this afternoon and quaff carouses to our mistress's health, and do so, as adversaries do in law, strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion! Fellows, let's be gone!
Sfiora il cuore
tomorrow, neighbor Graniel. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir, pray, have you not a daughter called Katharina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katharina.
Oh, you're too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Granio. Give me leave. Sir, I am a gentleman of Verona, that, hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which oft I've heard. And as an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and the mathematics, to teach her fully in those sciences. His name is Lizio, born in Mantua.
Well, you're welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Katharina, this I know, she's not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Oh, mistake me not, I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, old Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You're welcome for his sake.
Neighbor, neighbor, this is a gift. Very grateful, I am sure of it. To express the like kindness myself, that hath been more kindly beholding to you than any. Freely given to you, this young scholar, that hath been long studying dreams, as cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages, as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Signor Granio. Welcome, good Cambio. But methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Oh, pardon me, sir. The boldness is mine own. That being a stranger in this city, I do make myself a suitor unto your daughter, and to Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me. In the preferment of the elder sister, this liberty is all that I request, that, upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest, and that woo and free access as the rest. And as for the education of your daughter, I here bestow this simple instrument and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, then their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincenzio.
A mighty man of Pisa. By reports, I know him well. You're very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go see your students presently. Holla, within. Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them these are their new tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You're passing welcome. And so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Signor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. So tell me, if I obtain your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 10,000 crowns. 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry she shall be assured of her widowhood, be it that she survives me, in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let contracts be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing, father, for I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I will unto her, and so she yields to me. For I am rough, and woo not like a babe.
Well, mayst thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Aye, to the proof, as mountains are to winds that shake not though they blow perpetually.
How now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What, will my daughter prove a good musician?
No, she'll rather prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lute.
Why then, canst not break her to the lute?
No, for she hath broke the lute to me. I did but tell her she mistook her friends and bowed her hand to teach her fingering, when with the most impatient devilish spirit, "Friends, call you these," quoth she, "I'll fume with them." And with that word she struck me on the head, and through the instrument my pain made way, and I stood there, amazing for a while, as on a pillory, looking through the lute, while she called me rascal, fiddler, and then twangling jack, with 20 such vile terms as she had studied to misuse me so.
Oh, why, there's a lusty wench. Oh, I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. How I long to have some chat with her.
Well, go with me and be not so discomfited. Proceed in practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and thankful for good terms. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do.
Ti dirò che tu mi piaci, ti dirò che nei tuoi baci si nasconde il mio destino, il sogno mio divino che ancora non conosci tu. Ti dirò che nel mio cuore
I will attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Oh, I'll say she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word. I'll commend her volubility and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks as though she bid me stay with her a week. If she deny to wed, oh, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns and when we be married. Oh, but here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that is your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Katharina, that do talk of me.
You lie, in sooth, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation, that hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee. For my wife!
Move! In good time! Let him that moved you here to remove you hence. I knew you at the first you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A giant stool.
Oh, thou hast hit it. Come. Sit on me.
As a
Kate, I know thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should be? Should buzz.
Waltzing like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Oh, come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
Oh. My remedy, then, is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where the wasp does keep its sting? In its tail.
In its tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue? In your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I will cuff you if you strike me again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you're no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then, no arms.
A herald, Kate? Come, put me in your books.
What is your crest? The cock's come.
A combless cock? Then Kate shall be my hen.
No cock of mine, you crow to like a craven.
Come, you must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here be no crabs, therefore look not sour.
There is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What? You mean my face?
Well, ain't of such a young one.
Now, my St. George, I'm too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, in sooth, you scape not so.
I'm shaking and let me go.
Nay, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen. And now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, and yet slow in speech and sweet as springtime flowers. Oh, thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world, Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender, and as brown in hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt!
Don't fool until thou keeps command.
Oh, did ever Diane so become a grove, as Kate this chamber with her princely gait? Oh, be thou Diane, and let her be Kate. Then let Kate be chaste, and Diane sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
How witty, mother. Witless as her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry and well, sweet Katharina, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms. Your father hath consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, and by this light whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well, you must be married to no man but me. For I am he, and born to tame you, Kate, and take you from a wild Kate to a Kate, conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Katharina for my wife!
Ti dirò che tu mi piaci, nasconde il mio destino, il sogno mio divino che ancora non conosci tu. Ti dirò
Petruchio. How speed you with my daughter?
Oh, how but well, sir, how but well. 'Twere impossible I should speed amiss.
How now, daughter Katharina? In your dumps?
Call you me daughter? Now I promise you, you've shown a tender fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic, a madcap ruffian and a swearing jack, that thinks me doubts to face the matter out!
Father, understand you this of me, in sooth. You and all those that have talked of her have talked amiss of her. In fact, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday will be our wedding day!
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first!
Hark, Petruchio. She says she'll see thee hanged first.
Is this your speeding? Nay then, good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's it to you? 'Twas bargained twixt us twain that she shall still be cursed in company. Oh, I tell you, it is incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss. She vied so fast, professing oath upon oath, that in a twink she won me over to her love. Oh, thou art novices. 'Tis a world to see how tame, when men and women are alone, a meacock wretch can make the curses true. Father, I will unto Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Go bid the feast and prepare everything needed for the wedding. I'm sure my Katharina will be fine.
I know not what to say. Give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen, say we. We will be witnesses.
Father, gentlemen, adieu. I will unto Venice. We shall have rings and things and fine array. And kiss me, Kate! We will be married on Sunday!
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly?
Well, faith, gentlemen, now I play a merchant's part, and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you, 'twill bring you gain or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
No doubt but he'd got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we have long looked for. I am your neighbor, and will suit the first.
Oh, and I am the one that love Bianca more than words can witness, or your thoughts can guess.
Ah, youngling, thou canst love as dear as I.
Oh, greybeard, thy love doth freeze.
But thou doth fry, skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourishes.
'Tis youth in ladies' eyes that flourishes.
Content be, gentlemen. I will compound 'tis strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize. And he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Signor Greenmeal, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to labour dainty hands. My hangings are of Tyrian tapestry. In ivory covers I have stuffed my crowns. In cypress chests my arrows counterpoints, costly apparel, tents and canopies. Fine linen, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, vans of Venice gold in needlework, pewter brass, and all things that belong to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm I have 100 cows to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing in my stalls, and all things answerable to this portion. Myself am struck in years, I must confess. And if I die tomorrow, this is all hers. If whilst I live, she will be only mine.
That only came well in. Sir, listen to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I may have your daughter to my wife, I'll leave the houses free or for as good within rich Pisa walls as anyone old in your gremio has in Padua. Besides, 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all of which shall be her jointure. Oh, what? Have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by year of land! My land amounts not to so much in all. That she shall have, besides an argosy that now is lying in Marseille's road. What? Have I choked you with an argosy?
Signor Gremio, 'tis known, my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galleasses and 12 tied galleys. These I will assure her, and twice as much, whatever thou offerest next.
And nay, I have offered all. I have no more, and she can have no more than I have. If you like me, she shall have me and mine.
Why then the maid is mine from all the world, for your firm promise, Gremio, is outvied.
I must confess, your offer is the best. And let your father make her this assurance, she's your own. Else, you must pardon me, if you should die before him, where's her dower?
Oh, that's but a cavil. He's old, I young.
And may not young man die as well as old?
Well, gentlemen, I'm thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know, my daughter Katharina is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following, shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make her this assurance. If not, to Signor Gremio. And so, I thank you both, and take my leave.
Adieu, good neighbor. No, I fear thee not, sirrah, young gamester. Your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. Tantatoy, an old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
And vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason, but supposed Lucentio must get a father called, supposed Vincenzio.
Abbronzate tutte chiazze, pelli rosse un po' paonazze, sono le ragazze che prendono il sole, ma ce n'è una che prende la luna.
Fiddler, forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment as Sister Katrina welcomed you with all? But trailing pennant, this Bianca is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Now give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much. Ah, preposterous ass that never read so far to know the causeway. Music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies and his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony. Sarah, I will not bear these praise of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong, to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no preaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut the horse strife, here set we down. Take you your instrument.
will be done ere you have tuned.
You will leave his lecture when I'm in tune.
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where have we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat smaus, hic est segea talus, hic statrat priami, regia celsa sanis.
Construe them.
Hic ibat, as I told you before, smaus, I am Lucentio. Hic est son unto Vincentio of Pisa, Sigea Taurus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic statrat, if that Vincentio becomes wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port. Celsa sanis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, treble jars!
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can construe them. Hic ibat simois, I know you not. Hic est sigea telus, I trust you not. Hic stera priami, take heed, he hears not. Regia, presume not. Celsa senis, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
Oh, but the bass!
The bass is right, is the bass knave that tries. How fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. Pedicule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time, I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Oh, mistrust it not, for sure Aeacides was Ajax, also from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon the deck. But let it rest. Now, Lucio, to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lecture makes no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait, and watch withal, for but I be deceived, are a fine musician, groweth amorous.
Now, mistress, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art and teach you gamma to name, briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade, and here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I have passed my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gam ut, I am the crown of all a court. A re, to plead Hortensio's passion. B me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. C, faut, the loves with all affection. D, sol re, 1 clef, 2 notes have I. E, la mi, show pity or I call you this, damn it, that I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I'm not so nice to change true rules for old inventions.
Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow's the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet master's bird. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress. Then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet, if thy thoughts, Bianca, were so humble, to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale. Why, seest thee that list? If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Che libra sotto braccia, camicetta, fiore blu, vo fa signore nell'annanza scuola pure giù, te piglia sigaretta quando accazza del papà.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Katharina and Petruchio shall be married. And yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine! I must forsooth be forced to give my hand to post against my heart, and to make my roots be full of spleen, that would in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests in blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man. He wore thousands, point a day of marriage, make friends, invite him, proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he had wooed. Now master will point at poor Katharina and say, Lo, there is maid Petruchio's wife. If it please him, come and marry her.
Ah, patience, good Katharina, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word. Though he be blunt, I know him passing wise, and though he be merry, yet withal, he is honest.
Would Katharina had never seen him though!
Oh, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint. Much more a shrew of thy impatient humour.
Master! News! Old news! And such news as you've never heard of!
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news to hear Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
He's coming.
When will we be here?
When he stands where I stand and sees you there.
I'm glad he comes, howsoever he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
Huh? Didst thou not say he comes?
Who? That Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came.
No, sir, I say his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's all one.
Nay, by Saint Jamie, I hold you a penny. A horse and a man is more than one, and yet not many.
Come, where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You're welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you ought not.
Not so well apparelled as I thought you were.
Were it not better I should rush in thus? But where is Katharina? Where is my loving bride? How does my father? But gentles, methinks you frown, and wherefore gaze this goodly company, as if they'd seen some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First were we sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided. Fie, doth this habit, shame to your estate, and eyesore to our solemn festival.
And tell us what occasion of import hath also long detained you from your wife, and sent you hither so unlike yourself.
Harsh it were to hear, and tedious to tell. Sufficeth I am come to keep my word. But where is Katharina? Where is my bride? The morning wears, 'tis time we were at church.
See you not your wife in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber and put on clothes of mine.
Not I. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus! To me she is married, not unto my clothes. For can I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements? 'Twere well for Kate and better for myself. But what a fool am I to stand here and chat with you, when I should go find my loving bride and seal the title with a kiss.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. We'll persuade him be possible that he put on better ere he go to church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
As I before unparted at your worship, I am to get a man, whatever he be, skills not much, will fit him to our turn. And he shall be Vincenzio of Pisa, make assurance of greater sums than I have promised it. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope and marry Bianca with consent.
Were it not my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca step so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own, despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our advantage in this business. We'll overreach the grey-beard Gremio, the narrow prying father, Battista Minola, the quaint musician, amorous Licio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as if I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, say you? There's a groom indeed, a crumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
What? Cursed than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why? He's a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
A tot, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Katharina should be his wife, I by God swoons, quoth he, and swore that all amazed the priest let fall the book. And as he stooped again to take him up, the mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cut that down fell priest and book and priest. Now take him up, quoth he, if any list.
And what said the vicar when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, but why he stepped and swore, as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. Hell, quoth he, as if he had been a bolt, carousing to his mates after the storm, quaffed off the muscatel, and threw the sopsal into the Saxon's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly, and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about her neck and kissed her with such a glamorous neck, that at the parting the whole church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame, and after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
Friends, gentlemen, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but 'tis thus my business does call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
Is possible you will away tonight?
Oh, I must away today before night comes. Make it no wonder, if you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And, honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give myself away to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and therefore farewell.
Let us entreat you. Stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
Oh, I am content you shall entreat me stay, yet not stay, and treat me how you can.
Now if thou lost me, stay!
Grumio, my horse.
Nay then, do what thou canst. I will not go today, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir, there lies your way. You may be jogging whilst your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like you prove a jolly surly groom that take it on you at the first so roundly.
Prithee, Kate, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Aye, marry, sir. Now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Go, obey the bride, those that attend on her. Go, revel and domineer, and drink carouses to her sweet maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or else go hang yourselves. But my sweet Kate, she must with me. Nay, do not stare, nor stamp, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She's my goods, my chattels, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything! And here she stands, touch her who dares. Fear not, sweet wench, they will not touch thee. I will buckler thee against 1,000,000.
Let them go. A couple of quiet ones.
Oh, wait they not quickly. I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Ah, mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
I warrant him. Petruchia is cated.
Neighbors and friends, though bride and bridegroom wants for to supply the places at the table, you know there wants no junkets at the feast. Signor Lucrezio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place. And, let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride?
She shall, gentlemen. Gentlemen, let's go.